Oh boy, we have a chessboard again to look at. Must mean that we're going to be taking a look at some hardware today, or software. Well, it just so happens to be that I would like to discuss the current stuff today. Our current handhelds and consoles. So, without any further ado, let's talk about my most recent purchase first. And that would be the PlayStation 3. Ugh, this thing is heavy. 60 gigabyte, backwards compatible. Will launch PS3. Got this for a really good deal. About $220. Very, very happy with it so far. Very quiet system. Not anywhere as close to as loud as an Xbox 360 is. Got it along with Jak and Daxter collection, since don't have my old discs for that anymore, unfortunately. Don't know what happened to those, but very, very happy with my system so far. It looks very new. Came in the box. Like that a lot. And looking forward to a few good games as soon as I can get them. There's the Ni no Kuni that's coming out. I'd really like to get that. And some other RPGs on there that I'd really like to take a look at. Demon Souls. Yeah, there's a few others, but I don't. I just looked around for a little while. I'm not that familiar with the library on this console yet, but it'll get that way. I'm just interested in anything that isn't like no generic first-person shooters. So yeah. Really, really liking this so far. Been playing it a lot since I got it. Testing out, playing a lot of Jak and Daxter collection. Also, playing some of PS2 and PS1 games too. Just for, what the heck. Why not? I do have those systems, but it just, they look so much better on the PS3. Like, I even boxed up my PS2 and PS1 and put them away in the storage, or not in like just like in the closet for now, because this is really doing everything I want here. I can see why a lot of people really, really like it, and I'm glad I finally got one. So, what's the positives of this machine? Well, I think this is the coolest looking console this generation. PSN also provides free online gameplay. I like the PSN store. I haven't downloaded anything on it yet, but I looked around and it looks like there's plenty there as far as whatnot. I'm not really interested in downloading full games off of the store. I mean, that only has a 60 gigabyte hard drive. I want all my games as hard copies, but as far as, you know, the little things, like, well, for example, yeah, shoot, I was thinking about a couple of games, you know, really small games, nothing special, kind of stuff that you would get on, say, Android or iPhone. Those are kind of things that would be interesting, or games that they just don't release on hard disk, like Mega Man 9 and 10, which it is a shame they never did release those on disc, or at least I don't think they have. If any of you know that they have, please go ahead and inform me otherwise. I don't really mind being correct it if I'm wrong. I would prefer to be right, but you know, we're humans. We have our mistake. We make mistakes and stuff. Other things I like are the Blu-ray discs. You definitely can hold a lot more. And in this case, they were used Jack and Daxter collection. Just put 3 good games on one disc. Kind of like, I almost kind of think of like a multi-cart, like back in the NES days. Well, like you had your Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt and World Class Track Meet multi-cart, and then you even had unlicensed multi-carts and shit like that, but those were usually of terrible quality. That's a way that you can just lump a lot of old games onto discs, say, here you are, to people who say never played them before, missed out, or those who just want the trophy support. That's kind of cool. But sometimes it's just milking it. Like, I was interested in Silent Hill collection before I heard it was a total piece of shit, and that the games are missing stuff and don't even functionally work correctly at times. Well, that's at least what I hear. Yeah, high definition's always nice. PS3 does it like pro. And again, trophy support is really, really badass. I like that. I want to try hard as fuck to get all the trophies on Jack and Daxter collection and any other games I get on there. Something that Nintendo needs to get with the times and put on their consoles and handhelds, but we'll get to that later. Next, well, let's talk about the negatives of our PS3 before I go on. The negatives are PlayStation Pass. PlayStation Pass is a ripoff. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work like that. If I go to a used car lot and get a 2010 Mercedes-Benz E-Class, Mercedes-Benz doesn't come to me in that used car lot and say, hey, before you use this, you're going to have to pay us an extra royalty of $1,000 because you bought it used and you didn't support us. No, it doesn't work like that, Sony. Fuck you. Oh, and same to all those other third-party companies. Capcom, I'm looking squarely at you. Same with you, Ubisoft. And any of the other ones. Yeah, and having encrypted hard drives is bullshit. So is Sony's habit of taking features out. I was really looking forward to having Linux on that eventually, until they said they were going to take that out. But that was before, way before I even got a PS3. So, whatever. It'd be nice to have Linux on that. I mean, I even edit my videos and publish them using the Linux. Not that I do any work or anything. Because really, I don't do any kind of editing whatsoever. I just throw it on there, make sure it like works properly, and just put it on. And console updates, they fucking take forever. They really suck, because right when I turn on my console, and this has happened with my Xbox millions of times, I notice that there's an update and it starts going on. It's taking forever. I go pick up another game and start playing that, and by the time the update's done, I'm not interested whatsoever in playing it, whatever I was playing anymore. Also, the models without the backwards compatibility yeah, that's bullshit as well. So without further ado, let's move on to our next console. The Xbox 360. And that's the Slim 4GB version. And, well, this has probably been my worst purchase this generation, simply because I do not purchase Xbox Live Gold. It's not worth $60 a year. I'm sorry, Microsoft, and any of you out there can try and argue that with me, but no, it is not worth $60 a year to play games that you have already bought online. Fuck you, Microsoft. So what do I play on my Xbox 360? A lot of one-player games. A lot of them do exist on the PS3 too, but, well, Xbox 360 has a tendency of having better graphics than the PS3, simply because developers learned how to program for the 360 faster than they did the PS3, since it was out faster. Well, I mean, it's kind of a shame, but whatever. Few of the games, I originally got that to play Catherine. Fucking awesome games. But since then I've gotten a few other games, like Castlevania Lords of Shadow and The Lost Odyssey, which is fucking excellent. Another game that I got pretty much is kind of like, it's almost like I can look into my crystal ball using this game and just see the future of the Xbox 360 and many of the games on it. And you'll know what I'm talking about when I say the game. It's Chrome Hounds. Now, I got the game for free, but what's the problem? It's fucking unplayable, because there's no servers for it. Well, why is the game gonna be like a crystal ball then? Well, because is that fate in store for any other game on Xbox that requires access to the server, regardless or not if you're playing single player or multiplayer. Any game that requires you to be on some server just to play a single player, fuck you. That's bullshit. And Chrome Hounds is an excellent reason of why that is bullshit. So, what's the positives on the 360? Well, if it's multi-platform, it's going to look better on the 360 usually.